What's up everybody, it's Broken Bones here and welcome to Broken's Bedrock Tutorials. Today we're going to be showing you how to build a super lichen farm. This farm gets 9,500 lichen per hour and it's fully AFK-able, so when your shears break it gives you a new pair. And the redstone out the back is super simple and easy. It'll even hook up to the super moss machine for infinite bone meal. That means that you can go AFK for hours and never worry about your farm ever running out of bone meal. As you can see, this farm will never break and it's fully dependable, and as you can see you're going to get tons and tons of lichen. So if you guys are excited to get started, then go ahead and smack the like button for me and subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get started with the tutorial. A material list will be down in the description. To get things started, you're going to need to prepare an area for this build, and this build is exactly 5 blocks wide. It is 12 blocks deep and 12 blocks tall, 4 blocks below the floor and 8 blocks above the floor. You don't really need to chunk align this build either, but I highly recommend it. I also recommend building the super moss machine so you can supply all of your farms with endless bone meal. And I highly recommend making the super moss machine the center point of your superior industrial district. This farm makes tons and tons of bone meal and crafts it into bone blocks. Then the superior industrial district just distributes it via these waterways to all of your farms. And that's exactly how we're going to be feeding our lichen farm with bone meal. So if you would like to build the super moss machine, then I'll leave a link to that tutorial up in the top right hand corner there for you guys, also down in the description. And if you guys would like to build yourself the superior industrial district with all of these waterways that'll supply all of your farms with bone meal, then go ahead and click the link up in the top right hand corner, and that is also down in the description. I also recommend chunk lining your build, and if you don't know how to do that, I have a tutorial on that, and you can click that link up in the top right hand corner as well as down in the description. Now, once you have your chunk laid out, it should look something like this. Once you have your chunk laid out, next we need to go ahead and place this thing in here so that way it fits inside of the chunk borders. And so I'm going to go ahead and start right here off this front corner right here, and we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in 5 blocks just like that. That is going to be the width of our farm, and I'm 1 block in from the border right here. And next we need to go ahead and come onto this side. We're going to place ourselves in 3 blocks like this, 2 more on this side and 2 more right here, a lamp right here in the middle with a barrel face up just like so. Grab yourself a lever, place that in right here with a wood pressure plate right there just like so. Grab some more of your blocks, go ahead and come right out over here, go ahead and grab yourself some blocks and go ahead and make yourself a 2 high wall right there. Break this block out, make yourself a barrel right there just like so. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Go ahead and make yourself a little wall with a barrel right there underneath. So go ahead and place in yourself all these blocks there for the wall. Then go ahead and place yourself in a barrel right here just like so. Once you have that done, then go ahead and come over here on this side, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, and we're going to go ahead and build ourselves up a little facade right here. That's going to go ahead and go up and over just like that. And then we need to grab ourselves a button that's going to go right there on the top right there just like so. Once we have that in place, next we need to go ahead and place ourselves in a couple temporary blocks here. We're going to place one right there. We can go ahead and come right around here and get ourselves in a hopper faced in that direction, so the nozzle is faced out here like so. Once we have that in place, next we need to go ahead and have a temporary block down there like this. We're going to go ahead and break these out and go ahead and place yourselves in some temporary blocks in over here as well, and grab yourself 3 hoppers and face them all down into there. Break these 2 blocks out, come on down here and place 2 hoppers going into the sides of that block. Then you can go ahead and break that block out. Once you have your hoppers in place, go ahead and grab yourself a dropper, come over into this area and place yourself in a dropper facing in that direction. Then grab yourself a dispenser, come face the barrel and go ahead and place a dispenser in there like this. Grab yourself a couple temporary blocks just like so. Go ahead and break these 2 out. Grab yourself a piston and throw it in there just like this. Once you have that in, go ahead and place yourself a block down there and a block up there like this, and you can break that one out. Grab yourself a comparator just like so. Then grab yourself a sticky piston just like this with an observer on its face in this direction just like that. That way when it extends, that red dot should be facing that piston. Over on this side, we're going to place ourselves in 2 more blocks. We're going to grab ourselves a repeater just like this, and we're going to flick a lever on the on position. What we have here is the beginnings of a Shulker Box Loader. This is a dispenser that will be dispensing a Shulker Box right here. That Shulker Box will be getting read by this comparator through that piston, and that comparator is in compare mode, not subtract mode, but compare mode. And that is comparing this signal strength of 15 to the signal strength of this Shulker Box. When this Shulker Box is finally full, it will also have a signal strength of 15, and then and only then will the signal go through to this piston, which this piston will extend, that observer will power that piston, and that piston will break the Shulker Box. When that piston fires and breaks the Shulker Box, we need to dispense a new Shulker Box. So we're going to take some observers around the corner just like this and hang them back around, and they should be coming back to your dispenser right there. Once you have those observers in place, then go ahead and come over here to your redstone lamp and place yourself in it 2 temporary blocks just like this, then 1 down here and 1 right there. Go ahead and break this temporary block and these 2 can stay. We're going to place ourselves in a comparator right there just like this. Next we need to go ahead and break out this block and we need to break out that barrel. So go ahead and come on up here just like this and grab yourself 2 droppers. Place yourself in a dropper on the side of that block and then a dropper on top of that one, and then go ahead and replace your barrel just like this. Over here on this side we need to take ourselves an observer and we're going to place it right on top of that comparator. Then we need to come back down underneath here. Go ahead and place yourself in another observer just like this, so that way it's facing into that dropper. And once you have that done, go ahead and come back up on top and fill in your floor. Once you've got that completed, then go ahead and come back around this side, and then we need to come on down here to the bottom dropper that we just placed in. We need to place ourselves in a hopper right there, another one into the back of it just like this, not 1 down there. Then we need 2 into the side. We need 1 on this side. We need to come over here and place 1 more on this side just like that. That should be right there just like that. There we go. Then we need to place 1 more hopper right here just like that, and going into there. So we have a hopper going into a hopper, going in another hopper, going in another hopper. This side has 1 hopper going into that side. Once you have these hoppers in place, next it's time to grab your glass. Go ahead and border this hopper line right here with glass. Go ahead and make sure that all the areas around it are all covered just like this. That'll ensure that anywhere the shulker box gets broken in there will definitely land down in here and won't get stuck on any ledges. So we're going to want to put glass all the way around all of these hoppers just like this. So once you come around this side, you're going to want 1 more right here in this corner. That should go ahead and do it for the bottom. Next we need to go ahead and come up here just like this, and the shulker box could fly out here anywhere, and so we definitely want to make sure that it doesn't fly out in any of these areas. So go ahead and put glass all around here just like this, and then once you have it right there, let's see what's next. We need to go ahead and grab ourselves some more glass right here in the middle. We need to put a bit of glass there and a bit of glass there. Is there anywhere else? I think that just about wraps up the glass. Once your shulker box loader is finished, next it's time for the shearing circuit. That's going to be coming on down here to the bottom dropper. We need to place ourselves in a slab right there with a block on the side of it like this. Grab yourself 2 redstone dust just like so, and then grab yourself a temporary block with a piston face up just like that. That should be 1 block away from your barrel. On top of your barrel, make sure that you have 3 more blocks just like this. Go ahead and place those all in there. Grab yourself a redstone block just like this with 2 more temporary blocks on top of it like that, and break that one out. Come on down here and place yourself in a piston in the downwards facing position just like that. Come on over here to this side, place yourself another block in here like this, and another block over here like that, and then another block up here just like so. Then grab yourself some redstone dust, place it all in these areas just like that, and you should see that that gets pushed down and that your barrel is now down there. Once you have that done, next we need to go ahead and grab ourselves an auto crafter. We're going to place that in here right on the side of that redstone block here just like so. That's going to go ahead and craft ourselves some shears, and to do that we need to make sure that all of these are clicked just like this, and making sure that only the center one and the top right one are open. Go ahead and put iron in there, and you should see that you get a pair of shears coming out just like so. Once you have that, come onto this side of your auto crafter there and go ahead and place yourself in a hopper just like that, and then go ahead and grab yourself a barrel and place it in there like that, and you're going to fill this with iron. Once you've filled your barrel with iron just like that, then go ahead and come on around here to this side. We need to go ahead and place ourselves in a block right there and ourselves a block in right there. We also need ourselves another block in right here and over here just like so. Go ahead and place yourself in another block in there just like that. Then once we have that in place, we can go ahead and place ourselves in blocks here and there just like so. Then grab yourself some stairs, place yourself in a stair here just like this, another stair just like that, and then another stair over here like so. Let's place ourselves in a couple blocks. Place yourself in a stair there just like that. That's a temporary block if you don't want to use it. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves 1 more temporary block and then come across the top layer like that, and that'll finish off our facade. Feel free to fill in the corner blocks if you think that looks better. Once you finish the facade, we need to actually come down here and add 1 more bit to our shulker box loading circuit. So we need to actually make sure that we can get shulker boxes into the system. So we're going to have ourselves a hopper going into the back of that dropper right there. Go ahead and grab 2 more hoppers, and that's going to come out and about right here underneath that barrel right there. Once you have that barrel right there, next we need to go and grab ourselves an observer. Place a temporary block right there with an observer facing down just like that. Grab yourself a redstone comparator and put it on top of that observer just like so. Then once you have that in place, grab yourself a couple of blocks, bring one out here underneath that observer just like so, place in 4 blocks in total, and then one over here to the side just like this. Put redstone dust on top of all of those, and then once you have that in place, we need to go ahead and come right over here and place ourselves in. We can break out that bit of glass. We need to grab ourselves an observer and have that going face up right there. So let's go ahead and break out this block right here. Go ahead and come on up here, place yourself in an observer with the arrow facing up just like that. Then once you have that in, go ahead and replace your floor. And if you stepped on that pressure plate like I did, then you would have gotten yourself a pair of shears. So a quick explanation of what we've got going on so far. This shearing circuit right here is all to do with this in here. This pressure plate is going to have a shear that lands on top of it, just like so. When that does, you'll see that this side raises up. When your shears finally break, you'll be collecting that shear. When you collect that shear, you should see that another shear gets crafted and it lands on top of that pressure plate. Basically, what's happening is that pressure plate is powering this redstone down beneath. That is powering this piston, which is shoving all this up. Once that comes up, that redstone blocks powers this circuit, and whenever you collect that shear, that will no longer be pushing up, which will make this able to push down. Once that pushes down, that'll craft, that redstone block will hit this crafter, and it'll automatically craft another pair of shears where they'll land right next to you like this. And then when your next pair of shears breaks, you'll pick those up. And as we use the shears to mine the lichen, we're going to be filling up shulker boxes that we can load into this barrel. When we load them into that barrel, they're going to be going through this hopper line into this dropper right here. And basically what's going to happen is the shulker is going to get read by that comparator there. And then when that turns on and off, it's going to power this redstone line, which is then going to power this observer, which will then power that dropper, which will dispense the shulker box into the system. And then once you have that all completed, go ahead and come back up here. We're going to come up to the top of our hoppers right here and place ourselves in an observer, catty corner to those on top of that glass just like so. Go ahead and grab yourself a dispenser and come to this side and place it in there just like this with a bit of lichen on the front of it like that. Grab yourself 2 blocks, come over here behind that observer, and 2 blocks down here just like so. Grab yourself a target block and place it up there, and then put redstone dust in these areas. Once you have that done, grab yourself 2 blocks out here just like this, and 1 out to the side. Grab yourself a comparator, place that in there with 2 dots of redstone dust. Grab yourself an observer, place it in there facing upwards off that dust, and then on off to the side just like this. Once you have that in place, go ahead and grab yourself another block just like this. And once you have that done, we need to come right over here, and we need to actually place this auto crafter in there on that temporary block. Just go ahead and place that in there like that, so that auto crafter is facing right down into that dispenser. Once you've got your auto crafter in place, then go ahead and open it up. We need to go ahead and select all of the outer squares just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and take our bone blocks and we're going to throw them in there just like so. That's going to go ahead and give you an output of bone meal, and you should see that just like so. Go ahead and grab your decorative blocks and go ahead and throw a block right there, creating a little pocket like that. Go ahead and put yourself a button right there. Go ahead and come around this side. We're going to place ourselves a block right there with a button on that side. Go ahead and place a block there and a block there. And then once you've got that done, we need to go ahead and get some bone meal into this dispenser, and we're going to use this auto crafter here to do it. So we're going to come right around to this side, and we're going to come to this redstone bit right here. What we need to do is we need to break that redstone, and you're going to see that this redstone gets powered on now, because now there should be bone meal in the system. We're going to go ahead and place that redstone back, and we're going to break it again, and you're going to see that eventually this redstone here will light up. So go ahead and break it and place it until it's lit up just like that. Once it's lit up, you should have enough bone meal in there to where whenever this dies and then lights up, it's going to go ahead and power itself, giving itself more bone meal. And then once you have that complete, we need to go ahead and come to the inside of the farm. We need to get your lichen set up. So what we're going to do here is you're actually going to pick up those shears, I think. So go ahead and let that happen, and then you're going to have that happen just like so. And this lever here, this will actually turn the farm off. So if you go ahead and pick those up, the farm won't continue to give you more shears. So that's the state that we're going to leave it in right now. So now you need to grab your lichen. We need to actually place it on the front of that observer, and you're going to see that the dispenser is going to bone meal the lichen, and it's going to bone meal the lichen in the inside of this area. So go ahead and take your shears and go ahead and break the lichen, and you're going to see that it's going to do just like that. It's going to bone meal again. Go ahead and break it again just like that, and if you don't get another lichen down there, then you need to go ahead and place it back again. Go ahead and grab your shears just like this until every single time you shear it, it grows back onto the observer's face. Once you've got your lichen to the point where every time it bone meals, it comes down onto this observer face, go ahead and come over here to this barrel here, and this is going to be where you enter all of your empty shulker boxes. Go ahead and put those in there just like so, and you should see here in a second that one pops out there just like so. Once you see your shulker box has popped out, I just realized that I've forgotten to color code something. See how we have that gray circuit down there? I used iron blocks up here because I like using iron blocks, but this is actually part of that circuit. So I'm just going to correct that here real quick. And if you guys want to color code that too, you guys can. And all that's going to do is it's going to represent the fact that that's part of the circuit is actually part of this circuit too. But once you've done that, your farm's pretty much complete. You could literally just come back to this auto crafter, throw yourself a hopper right in there with a double chest, and just make sure that you get tons and tons of bone blocks to put in it. And if you want to do that, then you totally can. But I'm going to be hooking mine up to the Superior Industrial District, to the Super Moss Machine, and I'm going to be building a Shulker Box Unloader right here. And to build that, we're going to go ahead and take ourselves a hopper right into the backside of that auto crafter right there. Then on this block right here, just one block away from that hopper, we're going to place ourselves in a sticky piston just like that with a comparator on the top of it just like so. Looks like I placed a couple extra blocks here that we didn't need. We need that one right there. That's fine. Then we need to actually go ahead and come up here. Let's go ahead and use lime green concrete for our circuit colors. So let's go ahead and put that right in front of that comparator just like so, with some redstone dust behind that one like that. Once we have that in place, we can go ahead and grab ourselves another solid block right there in front of that comparator. Once you have that in place, then grab your sticky pistons. Go ahead and come up here. We're going to place one on top of that block just like so, then an observer on top of it with the red dot facing in this direction. Next, we need to go ahead and have a block right there with a block up just like so. Grab yourself a repeater. Go ahead and put that there on 4 ticks just like that. Once you have that, go ahead and grab yourself another sticky piston. Come on down here. Place that facing down just like this with an observer on its face with the red dot facing in that direction. Put a temporary block right there and come to this side with a dispenser and just put that in there just like so. Go ahead and grab yourself another block and place it on top of that dispenser just like that. Then once you have that in place, grab yourself another hopper. Go ahead and place that in here just like so, right into the side of that dispenser. Then grab yourself 2 bits of glass just like this and go ahead and surround that hopper right there so there's a little air pocket inside just like that. Then once you have that completed, go ahead and come back around to this side. We need to come to the back side of this dispenser here. We're going to place 3 blocks in here just like that. Grab yourself a comparator, come up here, place it in there like so. Grab a sticky piston, face it in there sideways like this with an observer on its face with the red dot facing in that direction. Once you have that in place, then go ahead and take yourself a redstone torch on top of that piston and we're going to come back to that one. Next, we need to go ahead and come on down here below this hopper that's in our auto crafter right here. We need to actually get a down spout so we can return all of the empty shulker boxes down into the system. So to get started with this one, we're going to take a temporary block in right there just like so. Go ahead and do the same thing down here and stair step on down. Then on top of this observer and piston here, go ahead and place yourself in 2 bits of glass and 1 more just like this. Once you have that in place, grab yourself a couple temporary blocks and place one up just like this. Then go ahead and put yourself in a button just like so. Once you have that in place, extend this glass out over here and over there. Then go ahead and extend this down to the bottom of the piston right here. Go ahead and bring this down here just like so. Then once you have that, we'll come back to that. Next, we need to go ahead and come back up here and finish this off. We need to put ourselves some water right in here, and you should see that that flows right towards that button there. Once you see that, that should flow in just like so. Once you have that, go ahead and grab yourself another bit of glass, place it on the side of that redstone dust right there. Then grab yourself another piece of glass and place it on the bottom of that glass right there. Then we need to fill in this, so go ahead and place that in there just like so. Then cover that up, and then that should be your downspout all done. Next, we need to go ahead and come right here. We need to put glass right there and glass right there. That way, just in case the shulker box lands on that ledge, when it pushes back forward, it'll land in the water and go down the spout. And then once you have your downspout in place, next we need to go ahead and go straight down on top of our water stream. So we're going to come straight down and onto our water stream, and we want to be right in line with our downspout just like this. So once we're right in line with it, then go ahead and break out the top bit of glass there to the water stream and go ahead and carry up the sides just like this. We're going to go ahead and bring these up as high as we can. So go ahead and come up to there, and what we want to do is we actually want to block that off there just like so. So go ahead and do just like that. Go ahead and bring this up here. We're going to bring this all the way up to the corner there just like so. Do the exact same thing on this side all the way up to that corner just like this. Right here on that back bit of glass, go ahead and put yourself in a button just like this. Then go ahead and carry this up to where that button is just like so. So we're going to leave that 1 block shorter. Go ahead and bring that 2 blocks out here just like this, and then go ahead and connect the backup of your water stream there just like that, your downspout. Then go ahead and connect up the sides just like this. You should be able to go ahead and put water in here, and it should stop there on that button. Go ahead and bring this glass forward. Then go ahead and bring that up to the bottom of that piston, and then go ahead and take the sides, go ahead and bring that up to the bottom of your downspout and do the same thing on this side. Then once you have that completed, next we need to go ahead and do your Shulker Box send station, which is going to be hooked up to this hopper right here. So we need to go ahead and place ourselves on a button just like this. Grab yourself a bit of glass. We need to go ahead and come out here just like this, and on top just like so. So go ahead and bring that around here just like that. Grab yourself a bit of glass right here. We need to go right there, and we need to come in right in line with this little pocket right here. So we're going to come right out here just like this, and we're going to come straight up just like that. This is going to be our Up Spout, which is just catty corner to our Down Spout. And so what we need to do now is we need to go ahead and build ourselves a full-on system just like this. Go ahead and bring this all the way around. That's going to be a water stream, so go ahead and bring this out and about. Go ahead and bring that around there just like so, with another bit of glass right there. So now we should be able to have water going in here and flowing in that direction, which will go into that hopper here in a moment. So what we need to do now is we need to take this all the way down to the bottom. So let's go ahead and bring this all the way down here just like that. You should see that that meets up with your downspout glass just like so. Then these two need to go all the way down here to the level of the ice. That way it's just like this, down even with the level of your ice. Then go ahead and come on down here and do the exact same thing to this side, just like this. Bring that out down to the exact same. Then you need to do the exact same thing for these two sides just like this. Go ahead and break out that temporary bit of block right there. Then go ahead and break out that temporary block because the items are going to be coming in right here. Go ahead and bring this all the way up to the top, and then do the same thing here. Bring this all the way up to the top. And once you get that up to the top there, just like so, can we place another bit of glass? Looks like I got one bit of glass that needs to be placed in from this side, just like that. Once you have your downspout done like this, next we need to go down to the bottom, and we're going to come right down to here. We're going to place ourselves in a couple bits of packed ice just like this, and then go ahead and throw yourself in a button right here just like that. Next we can go ahead and grab ourselves some soul sand. We're going to place a bit of soul sand right in there just like this, and then we can go ahead and place ourselves in some water, if I can get up there, just like this right in there. Once we have that in place, we need to go ahead and continue that. So go ahead and get yourself in here and put that glass back in there just like this. Then go ahead and grab your water source and go ahead and place water sources all the way back up to the top. Once you reach the top, place in your last bit of water, and that should flow out and around to that hopper. Once it does, go ahead and take your glass and go ahead and cap off your water. Once you have your upspout done, next we need to go ahead and come on down here and finish this up. So we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a bit of glass right there on the side and a bit of glass right there as well. Let's go ahead and get rid of this water here. We're going to have to rework this water stream, which is not really that big of a deal. Go ahead and break that bit of glass out and get rid of that water. Place yourself in a button and put that water back in right there. You should see that that's right on top of your downspout right there. And then once you have that in place, go ahead and break this. You can go ahead and put yourself in a bit of glass that goes right over the top of it just like this. Then next we need to go ahead and come onto this side. We need to break out these two bits of glass here just like this and that redstone. We need to place ourselves in a button right there just like so. Then we need to place in two bits of glass or packed ice down here just like this. Once we have that in place, grab yourself some water, place it in there just like that, flowing in that direction. Then grab yourself some glass, go ahead and put that back over the top there just like that to enclose that, and replace its redstone dust over there like so. Once you have that in place, it's time to go ahead and make our intersections. So next we need to go ahead and bring out a couple pieces of glass here just like this. We want to come at least 2 blocks out like this. We're going to wrap it around 2 more blocks like so, and we can go ahead and put our intersection in right there just like that. To do this, we're going to need to come down underneath. We're going to need to place ourselves in a temporary block underneath our intersection right there. Go ahead and come back up here and break out this glass block. We're going to place ourselves in a sticky piston underneath that side and underneath that side. Those are the two sides that are going to be our intersection. They can either go this way or this way. Once you have those in place, we need to grab some blocks. Go ahead and break out this block and replace that with a solid block, and come down beneath and grab yourself a sticky piston with a redstone block on its face, and you should see that that block does go up and it pushes that glass up, which is just fine. Next, we need to go ahead and do the exact same thing over here. We need to come right over here to this glass block right here, right above that piston. Go ahead and break this out, come on down below, replace that with a solid block, then grab yourself a sticky piston with another redstone block underneath, and you should see that that goes up as well. And then once you have that done, go ahead and put some redstone dust back on top of that block. Once you have that in place, then go ahead and come back over here to this block. We need to place ourselves on a temporary block like this, one out to that side and one up and over. Then go ahead and break out this bit of glass right here. We can go ahead and cover this up here just like so. Go ahead and bring this out and around here just like that. Then once we have that in place, we can go ahead and come over here with some glass. Go ahead and encompass that, and then go ahead and do the last bit of it right there just like so. Grab yourself a repeater, put that there on one tick just like this. Grab yourself some redstone dust, put it there and there. grab yourself another block just like this and cut that redstone off just like so, then bring that up and around just like that. Once you have that in place, grab yourself a repeater, go ahead and put that right here just like this, and then on this side do the exact same thing over here wherever it'll connect up just like that. Once you've got all that in place, go ahead and come on over here. We're going to break out a bit of redstone and test our system. Go ahead and come to the back side of your repeater here with an extra redstone block, and you should see that the water comes out and around and goes around this corner. Once you see that, you should see that that redstone is lit up, but this redstone is not. Once you have that in place, go ahead and get rid of that, and you should see that the water goes back to being in the center over there. If you put a redstone block on top of this redstone, you should see that the water flows out this way. And as long as you have that, then your redstone is all done and everything should be complete just like that. So as long as your intersection is working properly like this, then go ahead and come back over here and replace this redstone dust just like that. Then go ahead and come back up here, and now we need to go ahead and build the trigger system off of this redstone torch to go ahead and trigger that circuit down there. So to do that, we're going to come right back up here to this redstone torch. We're going to grab ourselves a block. We're going to put it on top of that redstone torch, and then we're going to put 2 blocks off to the side right here. Grab yourself a transparent block or a slab on the side of that piston just like this. Then we're going to place ourselves in 3 more blocks in here just like this. Grab yourself a sticky piston and put that on the down side just like this, facing down just like that. Once you have that in place, grab yourself some redstone dust and run that all the way over to your piston just like that. And you should see that it extends because your Shulker Box Loader is empty and it's calling for a Shulker Box of bone meal. Next, we need to go ahead and grab some slime blocks. So as we come down here, it's going to want to grab this block. So I'm going to be deleting that. That's just our chunk border blocks. And so what we need to do now is we need to place ourselves in 8 slime blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just like that, with a redstone block on the bottom just like so. Then grab yourself a temporary block and 1 down just like this. You should see that that is 1 block below your purple circuit there. And as long as we have that, then what we can do is we can go ahead and come all the way around here just like this. We can actually go ahead and place ourselves in a solid block there like that. We're going to come all the way around here like this, and then come all the way over to where we're on top of this repeater right here. So let's go ahead and come right over here just like that. Once we're on top of that repeater, we can go ahead and stop that, and then grab yourself another sticky piston. Face that straight down just like so. Then what we need to do is we need to go hook up all this redstone. So let's go ahead and do that. Grab some redstone dust, put that all in there like this. Grab yourself a repeater, put that out the other side. Then grab some more redstone dust and put this all along here just like so. Then once you have that, that piston should extend. Grab yourself some slime blocks. Go ahead and bring that 1 block above your repeater. Then right at your repeater, go ahead and put a redstone block, and you should see that now that your system is all opened and a Shulker Box of bone blocks is now coming towards your farm. We should see that it's going to go all the way around the intersection. It's going to go around this roundabout here. There it goes. It went ahead and went into the system. I guess I missed it there for a second. It's going to call for a second Shulker Box of bone meal. Here it goes. Let's see if we can catch it this time. It's going to go all the way around. Oh, it went that way. That's why I didn't see it. That's actually a bit of a problem. We don't want that. But luckily for us, that should be a pretty easy fix. All we need to do is break out this glass and break out that water. Go ahead and get rid of that, and then put your glass back just like so. Then now that Shulker Box won't get hung up on that water anymore. Next, we need to go ahead and break out this bit of ice right here just like so, and put some glass in the middle just like that. Then once we have that, we can break out these 2 bits of glass here just like so. And then what we need to do is we need to actually come out and around here just like this. We're going to come 2 blocks past that. Go ahead and come around here just like so. So we have that going on. Then grab yourself a glass block just like this, and then continue the glass out and around this ice path just like so. Once we have that in place, the next we can go ahead and place ourselves in a button right here just like that, with some water going around just like so. Once we have that in place, then you can go ahead and take your glass, go ahead and bring this out and around here just like this, and then connect that all the way back up to the beginning. Then once you have that in place, next you can go ahead and take this redstone block right here, and we can test the system out. We should be able to go ahead and put it down in there. This is going to bring an extra Shulker Box of bone blocks to your farm, which is perfectly fine. And so as we can see that it's going to go all the way down into the system. It's going to come down and around this. It should go all the way down, all the way to the water stream down here, where it gets sucked up into your farm. Once you have that happening, then you can come on over here, break out this redstone block, and put that back on that slime block. And then once you have that completed, your farm is complete. Everything is now done. It's fully hooked up to the Superior Industrial District and connected to the Super Moss machine for endless bone meal. So once you have that done, next your farm is ready to use. Go ahead and turn off the on switch there. You should see that the light goes off and that a shear comes down just like that. And we're going to put ourselves into survival mode, and we're going to walk right up here just like this. We're going to go ahead and hold down our R2 button, and you should see that you get tons and tons of lichen. You should see that when the durability runs out on your shears like this, that when they finally do break, that you collect the shears that are right there on the floor, and the system creates you another pair of shears just like that. So once you know that that's all working, that whenever your shears break, you're going to get a brand new pair. If you're ever done using the farm, then all of your shulker boxes would come in here when you actually fill up a shulker box of bone meal. And when you're done with the farm, you can go ahead and flick that on the on position, then go ahead and clear your inventory just like that. Pick up both shears, go ahead and put them back into this barrel so that they're there for you when you're ready to use it again. And I just realized that when I looked in here, I said shulker boxes of bone meal, but in here would be shulker boxes of lichen. And just check this out, I've got my second account online, and he's already got his first shulker box of lichen right there. Look at that. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. This thing has been a lot of fun. It's completely awesome, and I really like it. I hope you guys do too. And if you guys do, then be sure to smack that like button for me, and subscribe if you guys are new. I'm Broken Bones, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next tutorial. Take it easy, everybody.